We're at the Big Bamboo in Shanghai, which is an important venue for MMA fans, one of the first places you could watch mixed martial arts in China at a sports bar. Very fitting location for the RUFF 10 party. We're with Joel Resnick, the founder of the Ranik Ultimate Fighting Federation. Almost 2 years to the day after they launched their first event here in Shanghai, they're at it again. Joel, can you tell us a little bit about the fight card?
Well, it's a great card. This is the first card that, since the champions won in February, that they're actually coming back to fight. So we've got Wang Guan, Zhang Meishuan, and Rodrigo Coparel fighting on this card. It's going to be a great card. Wang Guan's fight is going to be fantastic. It's a rematch against Sandro Silva. So it's going to be a really, really exciting card. You can read about it, you'll see it.
So a lot of great fights on the card. If you could choose one that you're the most excited for, which would it be?
That's a tough one. It's either going to be, I'm going to have to say Wang Guan's fight against Sandro. It's a rematch. That's going to be really exciting. Sandro's got a lot to prove now. He didn't do too well last time against Wang Guan. He had a difficult weight cut. This time he says he's prepared more, so we'll see what happens. And Wang Guan's Wang Guan. He never surprises us. He always comes through. He's a tough, tough kid. So we'll see what happens with it.
All right, so RUFF is based here in Shanghai. It's sort of the adoptive town, so to speak. It's been 2 years since you've had an event here. What does it mean to be back in Shanghai?
That's one of the reasons we came back. It's actually almost 2 years to the day. The first RUFF 1 Genesis was August 23rd, August 27th, 2011. And now here we are, 10 events later, August 24th, 2013, Hong Kong Indoor Stadium. It really means a lot to us. And that's really why we brought it back here for RUFF 10.
So you do a lot of work. It's very difficult. Everyone knows mixed martial arts promotion is one of the world's most thankless jobs. But what about your job do you like the most?
Really bringing all the people together. You know, we were talking about this last Thursday at our first party at Bamboo. We looked inside and it was just everybody was together. People that never met each other before. It's really brought everyone closer together. It's given people something to talk about. It's a great sport we have. And really now it's just a matter of getting the word out there to everybody. And that's really the most fun that we have.
So speaking of growing a scene here in China, can you tell us a little bit about the mixed martial arts scene in China and where do you think it's going?
You know, all you have to do is look at it from 2 years ago when we first had our first event here. It was very quiet. Not too many people knew about it. The magazines, some people would want to talk about it, some people wouldn't. Even the portals, I mean, they were interested, but not. Now, we've got every portal is streaming us live. Every magazine has done articles on RUFF. Every newspaper has done articles on RUFF. The fans are talking. There's fans now. I mean, even at Big Bamboo here, that's why one of the reasons we chose Big Bamboo to partner with, they get crowds to watch MMA fights here. And it just goes to show you, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of persistence. We aren't giving up. We're supporting the fighters are supporting us, the camps are supporting the fighters. It's a real great group of people here in China, and I think in the next 2 to 3 years, it's going to explode even more.
Well, we've seen more and more mixed martial arts gyms open up. We've seen Sanda fighters transition. We've seen more of a future for potential fighters who are up and coming, who want to actually be involved in the sport of mixed martial arts. Is there anyone out there that we haven't heard of yet that you expect to really make a big splash here in the mixed martial arts scene in China?
It's funny because every month we receive quite a few applications from people. And a lot of them are from younger kids, 17, 16, 18 years old. And when they send us the tapes in, and when we watch these tapes, they're not training as Sanda fighters anymore. They're not training as jiu-jitsu guys. They're not training as wrestlers. They're actually starting training as MMA fighters. And there's a lot of kids coming up the pipeline now. And that's really what we're excited about. Just to see these young kids actually being trained as MMA athletes. They're not Sanda guys transitioning over or judo guys. No, these kids are coming up learning MMA. And it's going to be really interesting in the next few years.
So there's a future for people who want to be fighters here in China.
There's definitely a future for it. I mean, that's RUFF. I mean, we are giving them the platform to live out their dreams. We're giving them a platform to show why they've made all the sacrifices in their lives. We're making sure that they're doing it healthy. You know, we give everybody gets health insurance. When they're fighting, everybody's covered. The gyms are paying for nutritionists to come in to teach them how to cut weight properly. It's starting to take off here, and we're proud to be a part of it.
So you guys have been busy. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the things that you've been up to?
Well, last year we worked with Man Brothers, and we did Rough Journey, the first reality TV show, and that did fantastic. We did 10 episodes right before our super fight. Each episode averaged around 2.5 million viewers per episode. Now we're working on 2 more shows, which everybody's going to hear about very soon. There's a lot in the works right now, so it's going to get bigger and better.
So 2.5 million viewers is actually more than The Ultimate Fighter. So we're really looking forward to seeing the next one if it comes along. Now, one of the things that we've noticed is that RUFF puts a lot of emphasis on the rules and on fighter safety. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the things that you've had to do that are a bit exceptional, given the fact that you're sort of blazing a trail in the regards or related to just making sure that the rules are followed and that the fighters are taken care of and that their safety is paramount?
When we work with the central government on how we're going to keep this safe and what we're going to do and how we're going to make sure that it's sustainable and keeps being safe, we put a lot of emphasis on it. Everything from bringing in referees that are really, they control everything in the cage. So we got to make sure that we continue to keep doing that, and we are. The rules, they get explained to the fighters every fight. After the weigh-ins, the referee sits down with all the fighters for a couple hours, and they go over all the rules, everything. Rules meeting again. And it's again and again and again, and the fighters complain it's so repetitive, we already did this. Yeah, but you don't know all the rules yet. And we drive that home to them. And it's funny, every time there's new questions that come up. So they are learning, and they are catching on. The safety is the most important thing. If it's not safe, this isn't going to happen. We have a lot of responsibility, and RUFF knows that. We have to make sure that we do everything possible to make sure that our athletes are safe. And that's what we do. And that's number one. That's why a doctor sits beside me. Every fight, there's a doctor sitting beside me, a Western doctor. We have local hospitals there. We have local ambulances. Everything's there. But that doctor sitting beside me has the final call if a fight continues or a fight stops. As soon as he tells me, no, I'm not comfortable, fight's over. No questions, no nothing. The fighters can argue. I mean, fighters will always want to fight. They're always going to want to carry on. They'll fight in the next fight. And that's what we have to make sure everybody stays safe.
So RUFF 10 takes place August 24th here in Shanghai at the Hongkou Indoor Stadium. Can you tell the people who are not lucky enough to be in China where they can see this card?
Really, there's so many places right now, and the easiest way to do it, because we don't get the signal till a couple days before, go on to ruffchina.com. You just click on how to watch RUFF. It'll take you right into, you can watch on PPTV, LETV, Sina, Yoku, everybody's streaming it. You can watch it on any number of provincial stations along with satellite television. So there's so many places for you to watch. Just go to ruffchina.com for all the details.
Good luck, Joel. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.